very interesting finale of that round.
Yeah. It's glad to know that Ubisoft is watching and wanting to just keep watching. But hey ho, 3 years in and we're still finding these bugs. Love it. Anyway, Team Liquid with the first ban, and it is Buck off the table.
Which, you know, is maybe an unusual ban, but not an unusual ban for Liquid.
Yeah, they've already banned him twice in their previous rounds or previous maps. So it's not the most surprising take off of theirs. They just don't like going up against him, and they don't really bring them themselves. So it's always nice to take out of someone else's arsenal.
It is an interesting ban, but we are going to see the second ban coming out here, and we'll see what Bootkamp ban maybe Lion here. And yeah, I mean, it was pretty annoying the last time around, so I'm not too surprised to see Bootkamp ban that one out. And Bootkamp are going to get that second ban here. Not really sure what the ban here. The Valkyrie would make sense on Coastline again, but I mean, I feel like you would want to ban the Mirror over a Valkyrie here if you're starting out on the attack.
Yeah, I mean, they have banned Maestro before, but they also like to use Maestro, so...
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's going to be a Mirror ban there. So we're going to get into our final ban here from Team Liquid and see what they want to ban. And yeah, they are very straightforward. Probably a Clash, I would imagine. No.
Echo.
That's kind of surprising, honestly, considering how much Echo Zig does play. But Zig is very flex kind of guy. He can do whatever you want him to be.
Zig is a wonderful man, an even better Siege player, and is able to kind of move around. And at the same time, we know that Liquid are very good and very brave with shield operators, including Clash. And we've, even on this very map, seen Sexy Cake go for spawn peaks as Clash.
Yeah, interesting nonetheless. We'll see how it goes through, as we'll see a blue bar Sunrise bar defense to start with from Liquid. Unfortunately, Nesk will disconnect. So it looks like we'll have a rehost.
Yeah, so I believe that starts us right. I believe so. But hey, I guess we'll find out in just a second. But obviously, as we said, the way these guys come back.
Nesk will amazingly save the day and get right back into the game. Beautifully done from him. As we'll get into round one, there'll be no rehearsed.
Nesk is too fast, even for Siege.
Nesk with the beautiful flick right back into the game, as we'll go straight into round number one.
So, we can see now, obviously, Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar. Normally it's not the most common first hold for a lot of teams. Normally it's one of those ones where they kind of, they like to rotate to it as maybe the second or the third point, because it does have a lot of viability, especially with the vertical control possibilities from Billiards Hooker above. So choosing it as the first kind of point alongside, obviously, Sexy Cake on a castle, which I don't think you really see too often. I'm kind of interested how they're going to set this one up.
Yeah, no, honestly, the castle's pretty common here, but I would like to see maybe more of a vertical play orientated Liquid here. If they're not going to do that, I would like to see them maybe holding security and holding this front area. Just because if you're not playing vertical here, you need to be playing off the site.
Yeah, you can see it looks like Sexy Cake is wanting to lock out the center courtyard, and generally the rotations across from the eastern side.
The main reason you probably want to do that is because it denies the angle all the way from just cool vibes down to the courtyard area, but it's going to be MKing who finds the first frag of the round. There goes Bullet immediately. Beautiful pick coming out from him. And yeah, great bit of entry frag coming out. I mean, the Zofia is always so effective in destroying people who feel safe next to castles.
Yeah, if there's an enemy of castle, it is Zofia. And boy, does she love exploding things, especially with the frequency that she has picked. Normally, in this kind of tier of games, when you know people like Palu are going to bring a Zofia, that's what your castle will end up being eaten by. But at the same time, taking those ranged explosives out of the hands of Zofia and using them against a wall instead of, I don't know, your face, works well. I say as MKing and Nesk both find faces.
That was beautifully timed.
That was beautifully timed. That was some beautiful shooting there. Obviously, Palu is taken off the board. Castle as well. And Nesk with a double follows up against MKing.
Yeah, great bit of frag work coming out from Nesk on the Maestro, but they've lost a decent amount of control, and it's still a 3v3, but a lot of utility already off the board. The only hard breacher as well, now gone from from Bootkamp's lineup. So we'll see how it goes down as the rest of it starts to get underway. But Liquid still very much holding on. They still got a lot of utility on the board. Zig still has a Nitro. We've still got loads of remote gas grenades from PSK, but it's not going to matter because the breach charge will actually down PSK from above. That is horrible to deal with. Intact takes him down. That's a 3v2.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen the breach charge takedown from the floor above. Beautiful creativity there on using utility. And Zig looking for the little bit of the remains of that fight. Intact, however, hey, deadly with a breach charge.
With a breach charge, indeed. Nesk looks like to try and peek this out, but he's left in a 1v2 situation. He's going to have to complete his 4K if he wants to bring this in. Still holding down onto A. Still got a lot of bullets left in that Alder. Still could bring it in very easily. Pre-fires are going to come out. It's like the plant is about to get ready to go down. Oh, but almost a beautiful shot from Nesk. That could have been devastating. He pushes all the way around. Could have been a collateral as well, but he does manage to down Intact. That's going to leave Duds alone in a 1v1. He's going to be holding on to it. They know where he is. Nesk, you could just pre-fire this and just sit still, but he's going to go for the reloaders. He gets pushed by Duds. He pushes all the way up, but the pre-fires come free from both sides. They can't find it. Nesk goes down. What an incredible 1v1 between the Ash and the Maestro, but Duds will frag out better. He shuts them down. And Bootkamp Gaming take round number 1.
That was exceptionally close there. Nesk really almost pulled it out of the bag, as you said, with that Alder and the amount of bullets that you can burn. Could have held that ankle, could have locked it off. The Ash was kind of struggling there, but opted for the reload, and I think, to be fair, almost pulled it off as well. Duds almost didn't catch the animation.
Don't forget as well, this is Bootkamp's pick in terms of maps, so we should generally see Bootkamp do a little bit better here, but it's kind of surprising because I honestly think that Liquid do a little bit better on this map than Bootkamp do.
They managed to pull FaZe. It was a 4-6 by the end of it towards FaZe's favor. But again, pulling 4 rounds against the guys that have been pretty top tier for a while now. I believe they're 10 points clear at the top of the Pro League charts. It's a feat in itself. I'm not saying, obviously, the skill boundaries of the entire region is good, but
the charts as opposed to the league table.
The charts, the musical charts.
Right.
I love listening to their songs, and I think it really keeps me going. Bullet setting up inside service entrance with the Jaegers. Now, this is the second time we've seen the K be bought, but also I would like to draw attention to Sexy Cake on Cat.
Yeah, I mean, Sexy Cake is good with pistols. We've seen him on Cav in the past. He does a generally good job of it, and Coastline can be a map where Cav is effective, but in competitive, you don't tend to see too much Cav. I would prefer to see a Vigil here, but I suppose whatever works for you.
Well, Sexy Cake is definitely a player who can rotate a lot of operators. Obviously, we just saw playing Castle in the previous round. We are seeing them now on Cav. A lot of aggressive possibility operators. There's Nest throwing out the Bootkamp as well. IQ is instantly brought out this time, ready to pick up, and Sexy Cake going for the spawn peak on the exact window they tried to do it on with the Clash the other day. So, hey, doesn't matter what operator Sexy brings to the table, they will find a way to get those picks with them.
He does that spawn peak so much. It's absolutely crazy how much we've seen him do that.
Yeah, and you think they would start finding ways to quick counter it, but you see Intact is getting heaps of information on that IQ. Now, to be fair, we haven't seen IQ picked a huge amount in this OGA so far. And then we get it banned, and now it's being picked and getting so much information almost immediately.
I'm glad to see a lot more IQ coming out, though, but it's going to be Bullet who does manage to find the first fight. Doesn't go down just yet. Intact does drone him out. He gets drawn out multiple times, actually, as Bullet does manage to retreat all the way. Does manage to find a little bit of a fight again. Does get lit up a little bit. Palu does eventually take him down. Sexy Cake does manage to rotate up onto the white stairs along with Nesk. They're trying to find some fights here. Nesk rotates through onto luggage. And so KB calls do go down. That is going to be pretty upsetting as well. If you're going for the flank, the flashbangs do come through, but oh, it's going to be Sexy Cake who peeks down Duds. He does actually manage to injure him. Nesk takes him down, however. That could have been a free interrogation. But I think Nesk has just managed to lag out here a bit. That is unfortunate. Not sure what's happened there with him. But yeah, he is going to disconnect. Zig does take down M-King. It turns into a 3v3. Not looking too good here at all for Bootkamp.
Unfortunate night for Nesk Internet. However, obviously, they bounced back a second ago very quickly. So they bounce back again. It's a shame Sexy Cake wasn't able to pull off that interrogation. Obviously, that would have been A, wonderful to see, and B, pretty effective in the long run of things. But Intact is trying to start opening those holes above as IQ Boar again. The Dockery, so Decavia is starting to push as well. Zig with a beautiful take against the IQ. Tracked and destroyed as Cav goes for a second. And there is the interrogate! Sexy Cake!
Interrogation as he goes through. Beautiful for Sexy Cake. Doesn't know exactly where Boar is right now. He's going to have to hold on. It's all 1v3. They know where he is. He's been interrogated. It's not looking good at all. Holding on outside the door. It's 30 seconds left to go, and he's trying to use this SMG-12. Very hard to control that recoil recently. As Boar just tries to peek it out a little bit. 20 seconds left to go on the clock. Can't find anything going on just yet. Still has 2 smokers left remaining, though, so still quite a lot of utility, but not a lot of time to use said utility. Moves through, still trying to push onto surface entrance. Zig's going to be peeking it out, but can't find a kill just yet. 5 seconds left to go on the clock. Looks like he's just all about a time. And yeah, no, he just actually managed to trade out with Zig there, but it would have been instantly traded out himself, even if he managed to secure the kill and gotten away with it.
1-1, and that was a very comfortable Liquid, I would say. They seemed very confident. Obviously, any round where you can pull off an interrogation and almost pull off 2 interrogations, I think can be described as comfortable.
Definitely. Very well played from Sexy Cake indeed. Liquid find their first round here on Coastline, and Nesk has returned to us.
Now, Penthouse Theater. We are rotating to for the first time, obviously. No Mirror, no Echo, which does make this hold much harder, but they are bringing the Clash. So it'll be interesting to see. Again, Sexy Cake, 3 rounds, 3 different operators, how they roll this Clash through this point. Obviously, your Maestro in your dock with Zig. Now, Zig on the dock. Is that an often seen thing?
I mean, pro players playing on dock. It's kind of very interchangeable. He is a flex, so it makes sense for him to be playing on dock when he needs it. So, yeah, I'd say it's often. But when we've seen all of these guys play something, it's kind of only Sexy Cake who has that defined role of the Clash.
Yeah. And yeah, it's the first round we've seen it of 3. Nesk bringing, obviously, the Maestro. We've seen how powerful Nesk can be with an ACOG and how powerful Nesk can be with a big gun. It'll be interesting to see how much the Equalize gets utilized and obviously where that deployable shield goes, because being able to control that, being able to feed your own information to yourself is very effective when you're also so good at picking up and cleaning up frags as well.
We'll see how the rest of this action phase looks to plan out, but it feels like it's going to be a fairly aggressive hold from Liquid, and I mostly just say that just because there's a lot of ACOGs coming out from them, but on top of that, we've got Sexy Cake playing on the Clash, who's holding down VIP rather than maybe a more passive angle for a Clash. But as I always say, I mean, this kind of mostly just comes down to the Roamer.
Yeah, this will be, obviously, Liquid again. That's kind of the way they execute and the way they move. Even on their defense is one where they're so good at just controlling space. And it seems, and they like to give the impression that the other team has gained space, the other team has gained angles, and then out of nowhere, they'll start pulling these picks and these frags. And it makes the attacker team, or it makes the opponent teams, never really fully comfortable. So the information game from Bootkamp has to be top-notch. They have to know everything. And it's a combination of, yeah, they can pull it off, but it can also slow you down.
It can slow you down quite a lot. That's going to be for the pre-fires, but oh, we can't find it. He's going to get so lit up right now. Palu desperately trying to go up, but Zig is actually going to manage to heal him, but no! Palu takes it down with the impact before he gets a chance. Zig, you could have saved him. You're a doctor.
And Sexy Cake comes out with the shield a little bit late as well with the zap. But they're going to be playing out of revenge now. Palu finds Zig, though. The doctor has left the building. Straight out there, Zafir is adamant on cleaning out this clubhouse. This Coastline.
Unfortunate, yeah. Coastline Clubhouse, yeah. We'll see how it goes down. As XK still holding this down, however, still blocking the attackers out of the situation, but maybe not for too long indeed. He is taking quite a lot of damage still, but we still got Bullet on the table, and he could come through for a pretty good flank as well. As the push starts to come through, lots of Sophia charges going down to try and deal with XK, but Duds immediately shuts down Bullet, denies any of that push coming through. What a shot from BSK! Takes the head clean off of Duds. Not looking too good for Liquid though. In the 4v2, PSK looking for that frag again, finds another one! There goes Palu! Oh, beautiful frags coming up from PSK. XK still holding this down, still stopping the push, but now he's all alone. Not looking good for Sexy Cake at all. Tries to retreat into VIP, expects to flank a little bit, just goes for the ADS. As he's getting the pick, he does! Beautiful from Sexy Cake! The diffuser does go down, tries to go for the peak, tries to see if he can get another frag, but no, he can't. M-King takes him down. Bootkamp take round number 3.
Though Bootkamp took the round, you have to give credit to how Sexy Cake was playing that clash. The amount of time that Sexy Cake bought on that theater push, the amount of time that gave PSK to get a rotation and pick off 2 frags. Maybe if there was a little bit more health for PSK, that could have gone a little bit differently, but that was some brilliant, brilliant clash, just holding and moving throughout the second half of that round.
I'm still just upset at how Nesk died.
Yeah, it was like a film. It was very dramatic. The hole was open, the dart was being loaded, the shield was moving to cover it, and Zafia, like a bullet, well, not even like a bullet, like a grenade launcher, because that's what she used to blow Maestro through the wall.
Very upsetting indeed. We'll see a billiards room defense coming out from Liquid this time, as it will switch on onto the castle from the Pulse, and we'll see mostly a main entrance spawning coming out from Bootkamp. So, kind of suggests that they're expecting a penthouse theater.
Yeah, they've set up for a penthouse theater. I mean, unless they're concerned about wanting to clear the roam, obviously they've put the Ash on ruins. That feels more like, you know, as you said, standard kind of roam clear. So I think they're going to get a lot more information from the Ash than they expect to, but at the same time, obviously, they might not be that aware of people looking for picks, because we know that Sexy Cake likes to look for picks on that exact side. So Ash could find themselves in a bit of hot water very quickly. Obviously, they have the IQ again. Intact is bringing the IQ. As we said, brilliant information before. Nice little Valk camps. Again, Nesk, one of those players who can rotate through a lot of different operators, but Valk is one of those ones that we know Nesk can absolutely shred with. Makes that MPX look a lot more powerful than it actually is.
No, he definitely does look like they are going to go for a little bit of a spawn peek here, as well as some aggressive Valkyrie cameras outside of Aquarium. It looks like they're all going to go down, and this is a fairly common strategy, however, for Liquid. But these are some interesting Valkyrie cams coming out from Nesk.
Just a nice little Aquarium. Keep an eye from the fishes. But you can see already, Ash sounds like she's making breakings down on Sunrise. The drone of Intact is actually moving just ahead of it. But you can see push. Palu is moving straight through kitchen. They're starting to clear downstairs. There's another Ash charge taking care of the castle on billiards. And that is now a much more open sightline for them to start cleaning up from.
It is very good, but honestly, they could just push into offices here and Habana the hatch from below. And I'm kind of surprised that more teams don't do that, because we never see Liquid when they do this. They never seem to hold the downstairs that much.
No, they like to kind of move around on the same floor, and then they generally come to the downstairs as the last resort, as the final minute and a half. Like, they'll start to utilize the downstairs, try to catch people unaware. But again, it's rare. They are very happy to roam on the floor, move on the floor, and keep control on the floor at this point. So they can find a little bit more, and you can see Bullet gets the frag through the floor. Palu tried to follow your instructions, but unfortunately, just couldn't pull it off.
And Bullet looks like he is going to be able to get healed here by Zig, so it does manage to do his job as the doctor this time.
Team Doc.
Team Doc and dead. And, you know, it's going to be a 4v5, so looking pretty good for Liquid to try and hold on to this. We haven't seen too much ground being taken at all, as the Ash just move on to the balcony. PSK unable to really find that, and there we go. Zig on the Doctor roll yet again, should be able to heal PSK up. And yeah, looking pretty good for Liquid. So.
That's what you want as your team captain. You want them to be able to heal you up when times are tough. And then they get shot in the face by Duds. So there it goes away. The doctor gave their life to save their many teammates. But you can see there is 50 seconds left. They're still a bit concerned about obviously the severe holes from underneath that Palu opened up. Bullets in a bit of a tighter hold. Lexicake is just going to stop any push up the cool stairs. And Habana's just going to wait as PSK gets dropped. And Habana pushes through!
Oh my god. The absolute whiff coming out, but Bo with a triple kill as he just moves all the way up to Cool Vibes. Takes down 3. It's going to be all into the hands of Bullet, trying to bring this in. Diffuser does go down, but Bo with his 4K takes down Bullet. Beautifully played from Bo, but wow, there were some big mistakes coming out there.
Yeah, that was... I mean, it was a bold push for Habana to go right through the smoke, but to miss that shotgun shot and drop it. I mean, Bo was there to pick up just afterwards anyway. But,
very just unfortunate timing coming out there, I think. Like, the second he put down the rogue gas grenade. There we go.
So, Blue and Sunrise we go to for the final Liquid defense. Obviously, this isn't their map. They wanted to go to Clubhouse. Coastline was Bootcamps. And so far, they're looking, you say more confident, but at the same time, the last map went to 7-6 overtime, the longest possible map. And it was 4-1 at the changing of the halves. So, I think I'm hesitant to say this one is anywhere close to over.
Sure, let's see how it does go down. So we see a kitchen service entrance defense. See Sexy Cake taking the dock, so he has relieved Zig of his command.
Zig is now instead rotating to the Vault, get some information and feed it to your team. Nesk on the Legion again. Something so good to see from Liquid is they're so happy to hand off ops and rotate ops depending on what they feel needs to be done. They're one of those teams that is really comfortable just playing as flex players. What can you really ask for? In the meantime, you've got obviously Bootcamp going with a fairly similar loadout. The major change here is Finker is being bought for the first time.
We'll see how it goes down. And yeah, Finker's very interesting one because I really do not think that Liquid like dealing with Finker because we have actually seen them ban Finker before. Particularly against FaZe and Pain Gaming when Yuna is on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't think they like dealing with Finker at all. So we'll see how it goes down. Don't forget, Finker does have frag grenades.
She does, and Bullet is a Jaeger, but Jaegers can be burnt. Now it'll be interesting to see when they use the Finker boost. Obviously, they're not up against the smoke this time as well, so I'm sure that's a little bit of a breather as to why they bought Finker. But this is their round 2. Win to lock it off as 4-1.5. Now Habana is the one rolling in with the diffuser, and it looks like they're wanting to start from DJ. Intact is just pushing up. Palu is covering from the hooker side and starting to close down and just clear off any vertical possibilities. Now Bullet is playing upstairs alongside Sexy Cake, and Nesk is not far away.
Now the drones are going to start coming through. Sexy Cake does manage to get droned out. Very effective droning coming out here from Duds. And he will just take their head off of Ness, but Sexy Cake right there to trade it right on back. And I think about meaning they try to find all those frags that they can as Bullet takes down Intact. Looking pretty good for Liquid coming off the better half of this particular fight. Unless Palu does take down Sexy Cake, but oh, Palu does get revived. Wait, what? From the Finker buff, and Palu takes down Bullet. Wow, that was confusing. And we'll see how it goes down. 3v2, looking much better for Bootcamp, but M-King going to take down PSK. That leaves Zig in a 3v1. Not looking good for him at all. See how he does it. He's moved through into the courtyard. We're actually just about halfway into the round now.
Yeah, you can see why they like to ban off Finker. Great usage, and there she goes. Zig banning her with bullets, starting to try to push back against the point. Palu is exceptionally low, but the diffuser is going down. They will have the sound of this. Beautiful throw there from Zig to drop M-King, and an impossible situation just felt a little bit more possible. Now they just need to hold it. There is a minute left. That is a lot of time for Palu to rotate, to find a new angle on this point and start pushing against it. You can see they're dropping down to kitchen window. Zig is being fed this information, sees it, but doesn't quite land any bullets. This is a hard fight, and Palu takes it with some real aggression.
Absolutely beautiful aggression coming up from Palu. Great wallbang as well to finish off Zig. A valiant attempt from Zig, though, with a very, very nice nitro to deny the plant coming out, but it is going to be Team Liquid moving through onto the attack. But I still want to remind people that traditionally, maybe not as much as Clubhouse is defender-orientated, but Coastline is slightly into the favor of attackers. So I wouldn't count Liquid out of this just yet.
And as we said before, the last map, if you somehow didn't watch the game, was 4-1 at the half, and then it ended up the team that was on the 1 came back and won it in overtime. So this is far from over. I do believe it was Liquid as well who pulled it back. But Hookah and Billiards is our first go-to point. Smoke, Jaeger, Legion, Maestro, and Valk against potentially a 5th. Now, we've had people drop and come back. They're waiting on the 6th pick. They're baiting it for as long as possible to hopefully get them back in. And they do. It's money. The big Frenchman has managed to return and swapped out for Glaz. So real surprise of fear. Dockerby, Capitao, and Thermite. Again, another Dockerby.
We'll see how it goes down as we do move into round number 6. Will be the first attacking round coming out here for Liquid. How do you think this is going to go down?
Well, the thing about obviously how Liquid play and the kind of aggression, it would be interesting to see how that translates to their push against this point. Taking Billiards and Hookah as your first defensive point, I mean, it's sometimes run, but you've got to have a lot of confidence in the hold. Cool Vibe Stairs becomes quite a big point of contention. And again, your hard destruction. So where Zig can get to with the Thermite charges, really kind of, it's the peg of the push, really. Because you can either try and get inside the Danger Donut and get that big central wall, or if you're not, then it's normally Aquarium. So it'll be interesting to see how they take it. I'll also be seeing where they put the Glaz. You can throw your Glaz far away, Maestro, trying to get a little bit cheeky there, Maestro. Throw your Glaz far away, play them on Ruins and get those long sight lines to cover any potential peaks, but at the same time, you can play them in close. Throw down those smoke grenades and go for close range picks. Now, M-King is playing a little bit of a ballet here. There's a lot of droning and waiting and baiting, but instead just going to give up and take some bullets the other side, I believe that was.
No, Nesk really didn't want him to have that at all, as he just managed to retreat just a little bit. And still looking pretty good for Liquid, though. They have managed to stop any spawn peeking, done some damage to the defenders themselves, and have got themselves a little bit of a beachhead here outside onto the balcony.
So they are starting to push again. Right against here, and as we said, Intact playing on Cool Vibe Stairs. It's going to be a big corner of this defense. The calls are coming out. You can see Parlo is just on the shoulder as well, and they're going to have to find a way to get him off of those stairs because it becomes so powerful. It's just to stop the push and stop the control, and it's nice to have the extra backup as well. But again, M-King still looking for those aggressive picks, still looking to find someone outside, and if there's a gun that can do it, it's normally that beastly ACOG. We'll see if that can actually translate to getting bullets, because so far all he's done is suffer them in the shoulder.
Yeah, just using that Maestro LMG to go for those pre-fires, trying to find any sort of fights that he can, but things have started to slow down quite a bit, but Sexy Cake has started to make progress of his own, moving through into the kitchen. Zig is going to be droning out ahead of him. Legion managed to go down, but it's going to be Bullet who is the first to drop. Does peek it out, takes down the Glaz already. That is really bad for Liquid considering their lineup.
Harley's getting a little bit angsty, a little bit aggressive, rotated into Hookah. Not always the greatest strategy.
Maybe not, but we'll see how he goes through. Zig does manage to find the first frag for Liquid. Skibby does going down already. That's going to be a 4v4. Not a huge utility pick, but a pick nonetheless. Logic Bomb is going to go out. That should signal the start of the push, but Boar does take down PSK. Zig goes down to Palu. That's going to be a 4v2 situation, all down to Nesk and Sexy Cake to bring this in. They could still bring this in, though, because they do still control the diffuser, and Sexy Cake has gone for a little bit of a flanking maneuver through Aquarium, has been found out, however. He's going to go for the pre-fire, see what he can do. Beautiful shot there onto M-King, but instantly traded out by Boar. Unfortunately, all down to Nesk now to bring it in, but no, Boar does go for another kill. Takes down Nesk with a headshot. Bootkamp Gaming put themselves onto map point.
5-1. Find ourselves in 4-1. We talked about wasn't the end of the world. They came back from it before. 5-1 is a little bit harder. It's a little bit wider. Psychologically, it's a little bit tougher to pull back from, especially when it kind of went that way. Now, they Sure, they got to the walls very quickly. They started opening doors very quickly. But if you can't progress much further than that, well, it becomes near impossible to find your feet. So this will be another wake-up round, another one where they're just trying to get themselves sorted. Obviously, Nesk, who had such a storming game in the previous one, is kind of struggling to get a couple of frags and a couple of picks. But hey, it's never the end of the world for a player of that caliber. Smoke Jaeger, Mute Maestro, and Valkyrie are heading down to Blue Bar and Sunrise. And a similar load up, but the Thatcher for the Decabe is going to try and take it.
I think the big thing that went wrong for Liquid in that last round is just losing that glass so early on. Bullet going down as early as he did completely destroyed that attack.
Yeah, it's always a big thing to kind of lose a glass, especially when they're the first gone as well, because they can be so powerful and so effective.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Just got to play with the hand that you end up now. It'll be interesting to see how they held it. Obviously, they were very close to losing this one the first time round. It came down to a little bit of a 1 versus 1 situation, and animations aside, it was settled with them finally getting the pick on Nesk, but they have a bit more confidence in actually holding the defense. You can see a lot of drones stacking up, and there was even a couple heading above as well. So whether Liquid are going to want to take control of vertical, which to be fair wouldn't be the worst idea.
5 seconds left.
Maybe, but I don't know. Like, without a mirror, this site sees a lot of action in other places. Sort of very far off the side, maybe in kitchen or in courtyard. Kind of surprised that we're not seeing a castle for those reasons.
Yeah, obviously we did see the castle before, covering off a courtyard. Again, it's just one of those operators that's so good at controlling. I mean, you can see that they've got Parlu peeking out, and does find Sig as well.
Beautiful picks coming out either side here. Oh, Palu trying to find that desperate angle, but can't find it either way. But that's the only hard breacher gun from Liquid that's going to severely limit their options here.
You can see the Thatcher's going out anyway, drops anything that was potentially on that wall. And again, Sexy Cake looking for that vertical control, looking for a bit more safety inside. Going to try and just throw the defenders off that are hanging around inside Sunrise. Drones are coming in from the opposite side as well. M-King, however, is hanging around in the toilets.
Yeah, just hanging around, it seems, as Liquid are going to start to move through. See exactly what they can do to recover this attack, but not looking too good for them, and they are starting to run out of time now. Starting to slowly push up, see what they can do, pushing through onto the ruins, and yeah, they're kind of all over the place at the moment. They have actually been able to open up some vertical play, but I don't really think it's going to give them too much control, and they should start to push through onto the objective itself sooner rather than later.
See, this is exactly what they wanted their vertical control to do, but that is beautiful take Nesk against Palu, and again, they're pushing them away from that Sunrise door, potentially to give Bullet the chance to enter. Boar is having to rotate quite wide. M-King, however, has done the opposite and dropped all the way back down onto point, and Nesk finds M-King. This is beautiful takes from above now, and it shows you the power of what vertical can be until you accidentally shoot yourself with your stun grenades.
Yeah, it's not going to matter too much though, because Sexy Cake is going to take down Boar. It's going to be gas grenades that are going to go out here from Intact. He's going to peek the vertical play, but not going to quite work out for him just yet. Intact does manage to take down Nesk as he tries to push all the way in. Does still holding down. Still quite a lot of control into the favor of the defense here, as more smokes are going to go out, but always going to be Glass who just pushes all the way through. Let's see what he can do here, but the shotgun of Intact is deadly at close range. And that takes Bullet off the table here. Does going to try and push through a little bit here, but does take down PSK all into the hands of Sexy Cake now. Both defenders very, very low. Can he start to bring it in? 15 seconds left to go on the clock. He tries to push all the way through. He's got that AR. Should be able to win the fight, and he does win the fight against one. But all Intact has to do is just stay alive. 5 seconds. He just moves all the way through. Sexy Cake goes to the pre-fight. He does take him down. Sexy Cake with a 1v2 clutch wins the round. Intact goes down. Beautiful from Liquid.
That was some beautiful peek there. I am curious, did the smoke end of that round shooting with the SMG rather than the shotgun?
I think he was out of
Ah,
shots.
okay. As long as he was, because otherwise that would be a little bit of a curious take. Obviously, we saw him use that shotgun so brilliantly and brutally just a second ago. But hey, that in no way downplays Sexy Cake's brilliant clutch there. Getting them, especially as they were on two opposite sides as well. Never easy. But 5-2. The mountain gets slightly smaller now as we head back upstairs to Penthouse and Theatre. We are going to see if they can hold this. Obviously, the first time we've seen them defend it because they stormed through so quickly on their attacking rounds.
Yeah, we will exactly see how it goes down. As you see a Penthouse Theatre defense. Now, this is a fairly hard place to try and defend without a mirror. But if I'm looking at the strategy right, I think that what they're going to do is they're going to open up one of the theatre walls, and Neski's going to disconnect again. I think this time it is going to call for a rehearse. And yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So we go in with a rehost now on a potential 5 versus 2. I think my favorite bit of any rehost is when all of the teams just absolutely murder each other and get out. I'm assuming any pent-up aggression that they've had, any wrong plays. But we go in with a 5 versus 2. Obviously, you said this is a hard point to hold, and you're about to go on with the tactic, but whether you should, just in case they're watching, we'll leave the tactic until we get back into the game. But I will say, obviously, Liquid have... What do you think they need to change generally? Vaguely.
Vaguely?
Vaguely, just in case they're listening.
Well, I don't know. I think maybe be a little bit more aggressive. I think they're relying maybe a little bit too much on the glass. Because as soon as that glass push happens, it's kind of a make or break factor for Liquid there.
Yeah, it seems like obviously they are a very good fragging team, and they always have not a reliance upon fragging, but it is a very common part of their arsenal. And obviously Glaz, as an operator, can often encapsulate that, because what he does so brilliantly is he can pick fights and win them in situations that a lot of other people can't. And he's normally, you don't toe-to-toe a Glaz in his territory, and he can make his territory any territory. And as you're saying, I think they're kind of relying on that movement, relying on that control, and relying on that possibility of a push.
Yeah. I think, just as a quick reminder as well, we do have a giveaway going at the moment. If you go to rainbow6pit.com/giveaway, you can see all those nice little goodies there available. So do get on board with that, including a very, very nice Sapphire Pulse Radeon RX 570 with 8 GB of VRAM.
That's a lot of VRAM.
It's a lot of VRAM.
It's a lot of VRAM.
So we'll see how that goes. Do get involved in the giveaway. It's free.
Yeah, it's free. You can win all that stuff. Well, maybe not all of it. You get one of those things, I assume. It depends how lucky you are. But hey, I think our chairs are those Vertigear chairs.
They are.
Slightly different colors, but you could have one of these chairs. Not one of these two. These are our chairs. But you get a chair made by Vertigear.
Yeah, we are going to take a quick 3-minute break here before we do return into our game. Just waiting for the rehost to happen. So we'll be right back.